This is my informative speech for oral communication. Aquariums with plants and fish are a good hobby to have, but can only be achieved with proper maintenance and a good stable environment. I want to start today with talking about the nitrogen cycle, which is the very beginning of your aquarium ever since you add water to it. The nitrogen cycle begins with ammonia, then to nitrites, then to nitrates, and later removed by you during maintenance. Ammonia is the most toxic substance in the aquarium, which is then broken down by nitrosomus, a beneficial bacteria that is grown in the aquarium. Nitrites is still toxic, but not as toxic as ammonia, but the nitrobacter breaks nitrites down into nitrates, which is the least toxic in the aquarium, unless in high concentrations, which then becomes toxic to the fish. The nitrates is removed from the aquarium through good maintenance. Decomposing matter, organic matter, fish waste, and fish food, leftover fish food, are all factors that contribute to the nitrogen cycle and can lead to unhealthy conditions in an aquarium. I now want to talk about daily water maintenance, or daily aquarium maintenance that you should do on a daily basis. Every morning you should always check the temperature of your aquarium and make sure it's in the right parameters for your fish. You then want to make sure that your heaters are functioning by the operational lights and the temperature of the aquarium. Next, you want to check water level, make sure you don't have any leaks, and then do a general inspection of equipment just to see that they are functioning properly. Make sure that your filters are still circulating water, make sure your air pumps are still producing bubbles in the aquarium, and if you have a sump, make sure that it's still cycling water and that the return pumps are still working. Next, we want to move to weekly or bi-weekly maintenance, which includes the most crucial step in aquarium maintenance. This includes water changing, which is just simply done by a water or a gravel vacuum, which you insert this into the aquarium and you create a siphon through this hose and put the other end into a bucket or a drain. The gravel vacuum creates agitation in the gravel when inserted, and it agitates it enough that it releases all the decomposing matter such as fish waste, food, organic plant matter if you have it, and it removes it from the tank. This is how you remove nitrates from the aquarium. Next, on your weekly and bi-weekly maintenance, you want to look at equipment and you want to disassemble. This is an old filter, but you want to take off the intake tube, clean it, make sure the strainer is not plugged. You want to remove the impellers or impeller and make sure that it is freely moving. Remove all the algae or decomposing matter that's on it. Reassemble and put back into your aquarium. The next thing you want to do is do a better inspection of the aquarium and make sure you don't have any minor leaks. You want to remove algae and you want to add fresh water. Fresh water you should store in a container and condition it to maintain the same temperature, the same salinity, the same pH, and then add it to the aquarium. You don't want to add chlorinated water to your aquarium because it will kill your beneficial bacteria, and chlorine is harmful to fish. Next, we're going to move to monthly inspections or monthly maintenance routines, which you again disassemble your filter material or your filtering components, clean them thoroughly, make sure they're working properly, and then you want to change your filter media. By this time, if you're running carbon, you have most likely exhausted the carbon's ability. You need to pull out your filter meshes or your filter socks or any other type of media you have and physically remove all the debris that has collected in them over time. The collected material inside these filters is also another contributing factor into the decomposition, which leads to increased nitrate levels due to the bacteria and then can lead to harmful conditions to your fish. The last thing I want to talk about is water testing, which is your basic component for diagnostics of your aquarium water. There's a few simple ways to test water. The simplest way is just by inserting a stick with pre-chemicaled patches of fabric You wait a couple minutes and then compare them to a color diagram that comes with the container. A more advanced way to do this is by chemical testing, which you take a test tube with a pre-designated amount of water, you add the certain chemical for whichever type you're treating, you wait the specified time, and then you compare it to a color chart also. They do make continuous monitoring, which is in a set of a monitor and a probe that you insert into the aquarium, or they make stick-on things that go inside the aquarium. These are going to be your most effective methods of monitoring your aquarium, but also are the most cost-effective. In doing all these basic maintenance tips that I have listed out, you can maintain a healthy, stable environment for your aquarium.